Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me here today. For today's video, this is Keegan Edwards with Liquid and Pet Store websites. And today we're going to be talking about the Proximity app, and specifically we're going to be talking about setting up the settings section. Now, if you're just joining us, a good idea is to first watch the initialize catalog video. Once you've completed that, this would be the next step. So we're going to assume that you've already set up your catalog, your Endless Aisles catalog, and converted it to Proximity using the batch products feature. And now we're going to talk about getting your general settings set up. So this would be the first step to take after your catalog is initialized and is running through Proximity. So what I'm going to do is, just so you can see where I am, I've logged into my Shopify account, PSW Beta, gone into the apps section, and I've selected my Proximity app from my apps. And I'm going to move over here to the settings specifically. So for settings, click on that. What this is this controls kind of the baseline for how your products and prices for shipping your products get set up. So the first thing you'll have to determine is, do you offer local delivery? And for most of our stores, local delivery is the reason that they like to use Proximity. So the local delivery option is pretty important because that'll help you first set up whether or not that's something that will be a feature on your site. So I'm going to leave this set as yes, we offer local delivery. Do you prioritize delivery or shipping? And now here's an interesting choice that the store will need to make. So if you would rather have items that you carry in the store on your site, if you would rather deliver those by default, then you should put delivery. So for instance, let's say you carry a bag of Blue Buffalo chicken and brown rice, and that product is something that you have in your store, but you also know that that comes in the Endless Aisles catalog. If somebody orders that on your site, by default, would you rather have that delivered to them, or would you rather ship that to them? So if you say, well, I'd rather by default take advantage of Endless Aisles, of that warehouse and those fast logistics to deliver my product or to ship my products, and I'd rather take advantage of the shipping. So I'd rather just use delivery as a backup if for some reason those items can't be shipped. Then you should prioritize shipping. However, if you'd rather deliver items, you should prioritize delivery. And what that'll do is when your order comes in, it'll by default prioritize one or the other. And on the front end of the site, it will showcase for a consumer the default setting. So it'll defer to delivery if your preference is set to delivery, or it'll defer to shipping for items that are available for both if you prefer shipping. Now, the setting here that you may want to take advantage of is, what is your minimum order amount to qualify for delivery? So if you say, we do have items and we are willing to deliver, but we really don't want to fire up those trucks and send people out for delivery unless somebody's ordered at least $50 worth of products from us. This is where you'd enter that, and you'd put in $50, and your customer would not have the option for delivery during the checkout process unless they've met the minimum order quantity of $50. For right now, I'm going to leave this as 0. For many retailers, it's competitive to leave it at 0 and do other things to encourage people to have a higher ticket or order. The next option we have is the shipping options. So do you offer flat rate shipping either directly or through a dropship provider? For anybody using Endless Aisles and the Endless Aisles catalog, this answer is going to be yes, that you'll offer a flat rate shipping rate for a dropship provider, that being Endless Aisles. So I'm going to switch this to yes. And then what is your flat rate shipping rate? So for most stores are going with something in the nature of $5.95 or $5.99. I'm going to put this as $5.95 now, and that just means when an order is placed for fulfillment, for shipping, what is the rate that you want to charge that customer for shipping those products? So I'm going to set this for $5.95. Now, one of the most effective ways to get consumers to buy a little bit more from your store and to ensure they check out is to use some sort of free shipping mechanism for something that's over a certain volume. So for a lot of stores, this is $49. I'm going to set this up $49, and it will be free shipping for orders over $49. It'll waive that $5.95 fee and just be $49 for my customers. The next option you have is for split orders. What is your maximum charge? And the reason for this is because you will probably have a different charge for delivery than you will for shipping. Not all the time. You might say, you know what, I'll ship or deliver items for $5.95. I want to keep it simple and clear for my customers. I want to use that for marketing. So I'm just going to have it be the same rate whether it's shipped or delivered. But for other instances, you may want to have a different rate that gets charged when items are shipped and delivered. So what do I mean? Well, let's say that you have the Endless Aisles catalog, and you have, we'll use that same blue chicken and brown rice, and you don't carry that in store, but you do have it on your website and it's shipped from Endless Aisles. Let's say you also sell a bag of chicken feed, if you're in kind of the farm feed backyard flock area. And somebody orders from your site and they order both a bag of dog food and a bag of chicken feed. One has to be shipped from the Endless Aisles warehouse, and one has to be delivered from your store, which means that the shipping will have to be paid for the item that gets shipped from the warehouse, and you'll have to pay your delivery driver or for the gas to go make the delivery yourself. So you may want to have a different rate than just $5.95, but you might also not want to just double it up. So for instance, if you charge, let me bring up the calculator here so I can show you. Bring up my calculator app. Let's say that you charge $5 for delivery, or let's say $5 for delivery, and you charge $5.95 for shipping. What the system will do, unless you tell it to do something different, is it'll say, okay, I see in here a bag of blue dog food, so that's going to be $5.95 to ship that. And I also see in here a bag of chicken feed, which I know they deliver from the store, and their delivery charge is $5. So I'm going to add $5 because I know it costs $5 to deliver that item. So all of a sudden your customer now goes to check out and they're being charged $10.95 because they have one item in their cart that's being shipped and one item in their cart that's being delivered, and it knows, the system knows, that your charge is $5 for delivery and $5.95 for shipping. So it just adds them together. If you don't want that to happen and you want to have a different rate, what you can do is enter that here. So instead, let's just say your separate rate was $7. So you put in $7 here, and now what would happen is the computer and the software would understand when your customer is checking out and say, well, they have something that's going to be shipped and they have something that's going to be delivered, but I know if there's something that's going to be shipped and something that's going to be delivered in the cart, then I use this new rate. I don't just add them together. I use this new rate of $7 instead, and I charge them $7 for that. So it gives you a good amount of flexibility where you don't have to just charge one rate for everything. You can have separate rates for delivery and shipping, but if somebody checks out of your website with items that need to be fulfilled from both methods, you can also use a new price for that situation. The other option you have is to offer a call fallback. So what this means is when somebody checks out on your website, and they are going to, let's say they go on the site and they make a mistake, and they enter their zip code on the front end of the site as a zip code that's a place that they live. But when they are going to order from you, they actually need it sent to a different mailing address or to a different spot for whatever reason. They're ordering for a friend. So let's say they make a mistake and they go to check out in one of your delivery zones, and then when they actually put in the zip code, it's outside of your delivery zone. So it actually won't go to the right place. Instead of the system just getting confused and saying, hey, I don't know what to charge you, you can choose to have one of two options. You can either have a fallback option, which means a pop-up comes up that says, we need to call you to arrange for your delivery rate, and it asks for their phone number and requires that for them to check out. Or you can put no, and just make it so that if something gets screwed up as they check out, and they put in one zip code on the site and a different zip code when they go to send the product, and that means that it should have different rates, then you should just go ahead and put this as no and make it so that they cannot contact you, or they cannot check out if the rates have been screwed up for whatever reason. So you have two options: either create a fallback that says, hey, that basically something different happened with your checkout and you put in two different zip codes, we don't know how much to charge you, please call us, and that would be put a yes, and it allows them to check out with their phone number. And the other option is to put no, in which case when they go to check out, they would be stopped from checking out all the way because the rates are incorrect because they put in two separate zip codes. This also helps if you're not willing to ship items to different parts. So if you only deliver in a certain area and the person puts in one zip code to check out the site, but then they want to ship those to somewhere else that falls outside of your delivery zone, it would also not allow them to check out, and you wouldn't have to deal with trying to ship a product to an area you didn't want to. So you have two options there: either create a fallback or just not allow it at all. And then here's where test mode is. So if you're just getting this set up after initializing your catalog, you probably want to put it in test mode. That means that the orders won't get sent through to endless aisles. They'll just get sent to a quality section, so nothing will get screwed up with the orders. And you can put that in test mode, or if you're ready to go, then you put no, you don't want to enable test mode, and you save it so that your site, any orders that get placed on here will be sent directly to endless aisles for those that should be fulfilled by the endless aisles warehouse. Now, if you do leave it in test mode, please remember before your site goes live to go in and switch this off so that the orders will go through to the live place, to the place it's correctly supposed to go. So that's a quick walkthrough of setting up the proximity settings after you've initialized your catalog. And if you have any questions, again, we have a team that's here to help you and support you. So please give a call to your specialist, or if you're just thinking about getting this set up for the first time, please feel free to contact us. Our website is liquidretailer.com or petstorewebsites.com. Call our 800 numbers and someone will be there to help you. Thank you very much for joining me here today, and best wishes for everyone, and good luck with using Proximity.